Stampers. My name is Linda Bedinger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Denver, Colorado. And this is my buddy Puccini, who keeps me company in the craft room and has been laying all over what I'm trying to do this afternoon. And he's just been purring up a storm and sitting real close. And we have an interesting card for you today. I'm using the Country Floral Lane paper again, and I was really taken by one of the patterns, and it's a simple card, just as simple as it can be, but it's so pretty. I think it would make a wonderful sympathy card. Thinking of you, I made mine a thank you card. And let's just get started. I think you're going to like it. Here is my card. And I'm going to change it up a little bit. This was the first one I made. And I decided that I wanted to have more of this soft succulent in the background. And so I have made it just a little bit different. And I thought this little sentiment was too small. So I have made some adjustments. And what I used was a base of Soft Suede, and this Soft Suede is a regular A2, 8.5 by 5.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of Soft Succulent that is cut 4 by 5 1/4, and that's to layer on here. And then I've cut my piece of paper from the DSP to layer on top of this at 3 3/4 by 5. So we get, it seems to me to be more anchored if it's on the Soft Succulent. And then I changed how I'm doing this sentiment. I made it a little bit bigger, so I have a piece of Soft Succulent here that is 1 inch by 4. And then I have a piece of this beautiful DSP, only I'm using the back side, so I get that pretty brown. And it's cut 4 inches by 7/8 of an inch. And then for my sentiment, I have a piece that ends up being a little over 5/8 by, about 2.5 to have my thank you on here, and it's going to be something like that. And then for the inside, I have a piece of Very Vanilla, and this piece is 4 by 5 1/4, and then I'm going to use some of the strips that I have from here, and we'll just see what it needs. On this one, I put both, and I'm not sure I'm crazy about it. I think using just some of this paper on the front of it, or on the length of it, is going to be just what I'm looking for. So, and we'll see, I've got a piece here that I had cut. I cut this one to go on first, but I liked it with so much more of the fuller part of the flower. I recut it so that I cut off this piece, cut it a little bit closer here so I had more of the pattern on the front of this, and I really like it that way. All right, so this is so simple. It's going to just take us a minute to put the pieces together. So this is almost all just assembly once you have your pieces cut. So the first thing we're going to do is add this piece of Soft Succulent to the front of my card base. And again, this is 4 by 5 1/4. And it's going to go right on the front. Then the next thing is my designer series paper, and like I said, the paper does the heavy lifting on this. It's just so beautiful. This one is 3 3/4 by 5, and I'm going to set that down here with a similar margin all the way around, and there we go. Just that simple. Now these pieces I'm going to put together, and then I'm going to raise these on dimensionals and add some bling and put my card piece on the inside, and we're almost done. Fast, fast, fast. So this piece is the 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. This paper, I think this Country Floral Lane has got so many beautiful pieces of paper in it that you could just sit and make cards all day, just picking up at random any one of these prints. They're just gorgeous. And who's not going to think this is beautiful? I mean, it's just amazing. All right, now I'm going to cut a piece for the inside of the card that has all of these beautiful colors on it. And I think what I'm going to do is make this piece 5/8 of an inch, because I don't think I like the pattern with two different patterns on the inside. Just the one time here, 5/8 of an inch, and we're going to attach that to the inside of the card here. And I'm going to do that with my dot runner and set that right in here. It's a little bit short, so I will center it top to bottom and on the side. All right, now then, these pieces I'm going to put together. So this piece is going to go on this Soft Succulent piece right here, and it goes all the way to the end, and it has ever so slight a border at the top and the bottom, just enough to see the Soft Succulent. I have already done my sentiment because I was practicing, trying to decide if I like the sentiment better in Soft Suede or in, this is in the Soft Succulent and this is the Soft Suede. You can hardly tell the difference, but I wanted the tone on tone, so I'm going to use the Soft Succulent one. And like I said, this one ends up being just about 5/8 by about a little over 2.5, just so that you balance it. Whatever sentiment you use, you just cut it to fit your strips. And you can make it shorter, you can make it smaller, you can do something completely different. I think this, like I said, I think this would make a lovely sympathy card too. So I'm going to center that. Am I going to center that? That is just so pretty. You know, I'm not going to center it, but I am going to put this piece up on dimensionals. And we'll put that right across here and get it to fit so that it goes to the edges of the Soft Succulent. And straight would be good. And then I'm going to center, or not center, but I'm going to put this little message over on this end all the way to the end of the card, or to the to my little label here. So there we go. I have my thank you there. Now I was using those metallic, brushed metallic dots on this, but I'm thinking that maybe just some rhinestones on here. And let's just see. If I use the larger rhinestones, something tells me I might like that a little bit better. So I'm going to put, I think I'm going to put 2 of them here, like that. And then I'm going to put 1 up there, 1 down here, and then I need another large one, and I seem to have lots of large ones. And maybe 1 right in here. There we go. And there we go. That is my project for the day. How simple was that? A very easy card. And I love it when you need a fast card and the paper is beautiful enough to carry the design. And I do think I like it better with the Soft Succulent behind it. I wish I had this darker color, and it's just a more intense of this Soft Succulent. It's just beautiful. Just very, very pretty. So that is my project for the day. Very, very simple. It feels like this inside needs a little something more. Let's see. This thank you, by the way, came from the Nested Friends. But I've got this Something Fancy stamp set sitting on my desk. This one is kind of fun. It says thank you, and it says grateful for the everyday magic of you. I think I'm going to see if I can put that message on here. Okay, so I've got my stamp mounted here, and I think I'm going to do this in the Soft Succulent on the inside. I've got my Soft Succulent ink that I just re-inked, so it's real juicy. And I think I'm going to put this at a tiny bit of an angle. It says, grateful for the everyday magic of you. And there we go. Isn't that pretty? Oh, that does help. Maybe I will put also a couple of rhinestones. The inside of this feels a little flat to me. And you could do some fun things with the envelope and do something more. But I'm going to maybe put a rhinestone on either side of my sentiment here, and maybe one right down here at the bottom. It makes it a little bit more challenging to mail, but if you have one that you can hand deliver, you can do that, or you can put something flat inside, or do something different with the inside altogether. But at least that way it's not quite so naked. Anyway, that is my project. Thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel today. I do so appreciate it. And if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. By the way, this little die came from the Something Fancy dies. And what I did on this is I cut out one of the Soft Succulent and one in Soft Suede. I cut the Soft Suede one in half and just moved it up and down just to give it a little something different. You could also join Stampin' Up. It's always a good time to join Stampin' Up. $125 worth of product for $99. And I do a prize draw every month, and you get yourself in the drawing by putting an order of any size on my store, lbedinger.stampinup.net, and you can get to it through my blog, www.ingenuity.com. That's it for me, and I will be back soon with more cards, more tips, and more projects. Bye!